What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my dog, you Matty Bell, for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, we got some unfortunate news for you, man, right now, regarding Massa Eddie Hearn Calvin Candy. Eddie Calvin Candy Hearns, aka Massa Hearns, from the Mandingo Room 1828 organisation. I mean, it's sad news if I'm honest. Yeah, that organisation, Mandingo Room, has been exploiting Mandinga for centuries. And it's always sad when you have a historical entity as such be put out of business. But that is how it goes, man. There's loads of companies who started 200 years ago and they're nowhere now. So anyway, here we are. Bosh! Massa Hearns spoke to an exclusive source, Boxing Kingdom. And if you don't know, Boxing Kingdom, you can see it here. I've got it up? No, I haven't. I mean, if you don't know, I'll get it up for you, just quick. To set the scene here, yeah?
Take advantage of the box.
For some of you slow, man, who can't receive the bars. Here we go. Boxing King Media, 1 million subs. They're everywhere. Yeah, they're all hanging out the back of Hearn 24/7, right? This guy's not a clickbaiter. It's not like, if the news was coming from me, yeah, I'd say, don't listen to me. Yeah, people, listen. I told you, man, before. I ain't playing with your ass, yeah? If there's two choices. Do YB cucks you, man, on a few titles? Or he pays his bills? He's paying his bills every time. No doubt about that one, man. I'll steady cucking your ass. You must believe it. Anywho, the point is, Boxing King Media, look. They're with Eddie Hearn 4 days ago. Yeah? Eddie's about to cry in that video. Oh, it's over. Now let's move to the actual news of the day. Now I've set the scene a little bit. On the 5th of March, which is, by the way, the same day, this news came out here. The TKO news came out on the 5th of March. Yeah? The TKO news is obviously His Excellency Turki Halal Sheikh and TKO announced launch of a new boxing promotion in partnership with Seller. On that same day, Eddie Hearn, via Boxing Kingdom. Now, this wasn't recorded, I assume not, because Boxing Kingdom would have put the note out, but he's hanging around these man. Yeah, he's right next to these man. Hanging at the back of Hearn 24/7, right? I think it's fair to say. He comes out and says, Eddie Hearn has confirmed that he's close to retiring from boxing. Massa Hearns dominated the global boxing scene for centuries. Ever since his great-granddaddy, Calvin Candy Sr. Yeah? That's how long lineage go back to. Oh, AB, what are you talking about? You man need to watch a documentary on the Hearns. Yeah? It's called Django. 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 That was a documentary on Mandingo Room. Yeah? The organisation Massa Calvin Candy Hearns set up. Fact. It was a biopic. That's what it was. Go back and watch that and then come back to me. Oh, we 100%. Yeah? So, listen. Boxing Kingdom have told Massa Hearns, Massa Hearns has told Boxing Kingdom he's close to retiring now. Yeah? It's over for him. And Eddie Hearn himself admits it. Here we go. We've got a leak here. This is Eddie Hearn and Gareth A. Davis. But anyway, before we get to that part, I'm all over the place, man. This was messy. This is the problem you see when you jump on here. No script. No management. No scheduling. Just jump on here and talk the most BS you ever heard in your life. But listen. Before we get to that part, which is quite funny, let's set the scene some more for you, man. In case you didn't know, which you probably do. I've done it about 3 times already this week, but we're going to do it again. Turkey came out and said here, me and Dana, the slaphead, have the same vision. This league in a short time will crush everything. That's what Turkey said. He also said in this interview here that if Eddie Hearns F's around, he'll lock his ass up. Yeah, here we go.
There is small things also. I said to you the Times Square in the 2nd of May, and there is small cards in the end of June in Alcatraz jail in San Francisco, and maybe me and
that's great.
Maybe me and Dana keep some promoter there.
Okay,
in the jail after the event.
Okay.
So Turkey's laughing and saying, yeah, if Eddie Hearn mess around, we can lock him into jail. Now you can say it's in jest, but I don't really believe in jest. They say good humour's based. Oh, I've killed the bars, but you get the point. Good humour's based in some truth there. Yeah. Why? The question is, why wouldn't? Bear in mind, Eddie Hearn alleges, oh, I have this real special intellectual property called events management. No one's ever done before. Never mind Elon Musk. It's Eddie Hearn's. That's what he said. Events management is so unique and specialised isms. Yeah? Never mind Galileo. Never mind Albert Einstein. I am Eddie Hearns, an event manager. A pub game manager. Yeah? You man, what's that film called? Training Day. I'm Eddie Hearns is King Kong. You have pub games. And you ain't got on me. That's what you ain't got. That's what Massa Hearn said. So the question is, if Massa Hearns really is the Galileo of events management, why ain't Turkey setting up? Bear in mind, Eddie Hearn's been bootlicking. He been bootlicking. Yeah? Turkey been hanging at the back of Eddie Hearn's. Right? So if Eddie Hearns is the most premier global event manager, Galileo, why ain't Turkey partner up with you? Oops. That's mad. I'd feel violated if I'm honest. I'd feel violated by this guy, Turkey, man. He came in with a Trojan horse and hit these cats, these naive cats with the okie doke. That's what he did. Hit him with the okie doke. There's no other way to explain it. Yeah? And that's what happens. I've got to say this. That is what happens when you bootlick. When you bootlick too much, especially for people in authority. Don't get me wrong, people in authority like bootlickers. But when you bootlick too much, it's a bit like a woman. Yeah? If you're cuckolded to a woman, you won't have no respect. She won't respect you. Yeah? You won't, by the time she's finished with your ass, you won't know which way is up. When a woman loses respect for you. No respect at all. They be doing shit. This is essentially Turkey. Eddie Hearn's been licking Turkey's boots. And Eddie Hearn, I'm going to show you in a minute. Eddie Hearn don't even know nothing about this. He's like, what? I didn't even know about it. It's just, I don't know any details of it. Right? So it's like a married man who's cuckolded, has no respect by his woman. She's playing away through the week. Whilst he's cooking dinner and putting the kids to bed. That's what she's doing. Same equivalent. It's the same equivalent here. Yeah, Eddie Hearn's there like, oh, what can I get you, Massa, Turkey? And Turkey's out there playing away with Dana White. So all the bootlicking Eddie Hearn's done is for what? Some short shmoney with AJ and the few little things he's got going on over the last year or so. That's all I have to show for it. Yeah? That's all I have to show for it. Anyway, let's now get to Eddie Hearn. And this conversation here is quite telling. He admits... Well, let's play the bars.
First thing you have to understand is Turkey says... Turkey's a showman in a way as well. So, sometimes he'll do a video with me saying, you're finished, stick to snooker and darts, and it's like, I don't know if we're going to have any involvement in the league. Do we want it?
Oh, you're finished, man. Sticked. I gotta give it to Turkey, man. I've gotta give it to Turkey. Seriously, man. I've gotta give it to Turkey. He does steal some of my bars, I ain't gonna lie to you. He does steal some of my bars, but that bar there about the pub games, that's a good one, man. And to be fair, he's been saying that bar there. Yeah, you're finished, you're going to pub games. That's a violation. But again, like the other one, when someone... This is what I'm trying to tell you about the power differential. But it's not just a power differential. I'm not saying even if you went in there, yeah, and you held your own, it doesn't mean you're not going to get cut. But at least you won't look like a muggins. You won't be sitting there saying, oh, I don't know anything about this, it's come from left field and whatever else. Because you're solid within yourself. But when you've been bootlicking and sucking off the proverbial teat like Eddie Hearn has with Turkey, it's like your whole world's just spun up like, whoa, wait a minute, maybe I should have fighters under contract. And to be fair, I do respect Eddie for not putting fighters under contract. On a business level, I do respect Eddie, to be fair. He done a lot of good for the game. He just fell off in the last few years or so. He's hanging out the back of Sky Nicholson. Anytime he's not licking Turkey's balloon knot, he's hanging out the back of Sky Nicholson. So between them two, yeah, between the madness Eddie Hearn's be doing with Sky Nicholson and Turkey, there's not a lot left in here. That makes sense. He can't think about business. What fighters has he signed? We don't know. Yeah? Because he's all over the place. Turkey's Blue Knot, Sky Nicholson. That's all. People, there's 24 hours in the day. How much time do you think he's got to think about business? Yeah? Between the two poles I've described to you. Oops, there's no time left in the day, people. No time left in the day. Yeah? No time left in the day. What was my point? I was going to make a point. The pub games thing that Turkey drops in there. No, I was talking about the power. I was talking about the power element. That was it. Turkey's dropping these bars in here. Like, oh yeah, we'll put you under the jail. Oh yeah. You're going to pub games, mate. I finished you. And it's funny. These bars here are funny for someone like me, who ain't got nothing to lose. But the question is, would Turkey speak like that to his crown prince? No, he would not. Yeah, and I don't need someone to be Mohammed Imad, princeoftheworld.com to show them respect. I think it's banter. There is a level of banter though, but I don't know. I'm trying to think, how does banter work? I'm trying to think about it. It's funny, the bars are funny. They are funny, ain't gonna lie. He's going there, that's the thing. It's not funny though. If it was just a joke, if Turkey actually wasn't, I believe Turkey is planning to send Eddie Hearn back to pub games. I don't know why it tickles me so much, but it does. And the fact Turkey's saying it. What has Turkey said so far that's just purely been in jest, is the question here. And the signs we're seeing, Eddie Hearn says here, oh yeah, Turkey said Turkey likes a good joke. You're hoping it's a joke. Not that Eddie Hearn's not going to be starving ever. Yeah? But his conquest for global dominance, like his great granddaddy Calvin Candy Hearns had back in the 1800s, is over now. Yeah? That's over, is what's apparent. He's been sleeping at the wheel, bootlicking way too much, philandering way too much in Australia, and not focused on what's real, in my opinion. The Trojan horse has got this guy. He's got no, I don't know if I'm involved. You hear him now. Listen to the guy.
Turkey's a showman in a way as well. So, sometimes he'll do a video with me saying, you're finished, stick to snooker and darts, and it's like, I don't know if we're going to have any involvement in the league. Do we want any involvement in the league?
Here we go. So the bar that's important there is, I don't know if we're going to be involved in the league. Well, you'd think, Eddie, yeah, the amount of time you spend bootlicking, that Turkey would have let you in, right? Hey, I'm signing this deal and this is what I want your role to be, even if it's preliminary. These guys are always sitting with each other. How many hours do you think they spent together? And you're telling me there's not been one conversation about this? Oops. You're not involved. Oh, we need to decide. And this shows you as well, Eddie Hearn's not. He has got his backup. If he thought it was all banter, he wouldn't be now trying to throw the power play. Well, it's not a power play, but he's trying to throw a power play out there. Oh, we'll have to decide whether we want to be involved. Like he's got it like that. Like he can compete with Turkey. He can't. Yeah? So this shows you Eddie Hearn's taking it serious. If it was all fun and games, he'd just say, yeah, it's a great laugh. I'll be a jester. I'll do some ring announcing with Ade. which is where he's going. That's the best he can hope for. Yeah? The best Eddie Hearn's can hope for is to be, like I've said, an employee like that. Yeah? Here's your dates. Fly here, fly there. Juck and jive. Yeah, Eddie's entertaining. He'd be good in that role there. Presenting, them kind of roles. Jester roles. He's not going to be in no executive roles no more. No shot caller roles. Jobber roles is what he'll be in. Listen, I'm not knocking it, man. I'm a jobber. Yeah, below a jobber, to be honest. Minimum wage jobber, no doubt about it. But these are the facts, people. Whether I'm a minimum wage jobber or not, you're finished in boxing. See that one there? There's two things can be true. I can be a minimum wage jobber and you're still finished in boxing. Oops. Oh, well, we're going to see if we want to be... Stop playing, man. Yeah, if Turkey throws the money at you, all your fighters, what you can do? The best you can hope for is, again, trying to bring it back to colonial times, where you've got lifelong indentured servitude contracts. Where you get AJ and say, hey, AJ, you're going to pick this cotton and fight these mandingas for the next 100 years. Oops, and your kids as well. That's the best Eddie Hearn's can hope for, but that's not likely to come round again. And besides, Turkey can offer the same contracts for even more coins. So I'm just not sure how. I'm not sure how they're going to fandangle this one, to be honest. Anyway, let's play this last little bit again.
If we're going to have any involvement in the league, do we want any involvement in the league? That's a decision we'll make as a business.
Do you want involvement?
I mean,
or does it matter?
I mean, if His Excellency and Dana White are involved, would I like to be involved? Yeah, I mean, without seeing the structure, I guess so, you know. But at the same time, there's also Riyadh season events, Ring Magazine events, WBC Grand Prix, and we're doing a lot with His Excellency anyway, so...
That's at this point in time though, Eddie. Yeah. With the UFC and TKO, we're talking billion-dollar enterprises. And if Turkey's in partnership, he's going to have some ownership in that. Right now, he's just throwing money at the wall. Right? Right now, he's making everyone else rich but himself. That venture there, he might be able to put $1 billion in, right? And in 10 years from now, it's 10 billion. That's the difference here. Right now, he's making Eddie Hearn rich, making Frank Warren rich, making all the fighters rich, and they're blowing money. With the TKO venture, I think the UFC started off, it was worth like 10 mil. Now it's worth 10 bill. What's that? Is it 100x? 10 mil. No, 1,000x in 20 years. Now the numbers have moved on now. Turkey's going to probably have to put up $1 billion. But still, the point I'm making is Turkey going to prioritise making everyone else rich once this venture's set up? Unlikely. You're already seeing what he's doing, moving with the belts, getting rid of the rubbish belts. He's not doing that to keep paying it. Why am I paying WBC sanctioning fees? What's the point pumping their brand up? Turkey's the one fronting these events. Why was he pumping up everyone else's brand? It's time enough. Turkey's not perfect, yeah, but they've had way too long to get it right. All these men have. They've had way too long to get it right. The whole decentralised nature and loosey-goosey, it hasn't really worked, to be honest. It took us 10 years to get Spence versus Crawford, 10 years to get Pacquiao versus Mayweather. Every fight you look at, you don't even get Canelo versus Benavidez. We got Canelo versus Triple G, but it's like, there's a one good one you get in there. Once every few years, you get one that should happen, kind of thing. The rest of the time, they're all circling, fighting bums, missing each other. Someone's moving up now, and someone's been knocked out by a stiff, kind of thing. You seldomly get what you want. So yeah, I think I got one more. Let me play it one more time. Remind myself of the bars.
Well, first thing you have to sign is Turkey's a showman in a way as well. So, you know, sometimes he'll do a video with me saying, "You're finished, stick to snooker and darts," you know, and it's like, I don't know if we're going to have any involvement in the league. Do we want any involvement in the league? That's a decision we'll make as a business.
Do you want involvement?
I mean...
Or does it matter?
I mean, if His Excellency and Dana White are involved, would I like to be involved? Yeah, I mean, without seeing...
He's back to the coattails riding. Yeah, well, we'll have to make a business decision. So he's backs up. That's what you hear from them bars. Yeah, before it was like, whatever His Excellency wants, he gets. That's what he was saying, seriously, the other day. Oh, whatever His Excellency wants, he gets. Now he's like, well, actually, no. I'm going to try and show some backbone now and make out that I'm actually running my own shit, which you haven't been for the last few years. He hasn't been. Oh, now all of a sudden Eddie Hearn's interested in making business decisions. Before, he was just all about the Trojan horse. So you can tell he's not... He might come across, oh yeah, it's funny. Oh yeah. Woo woo. But in his... He wouldn't say that otherwise. He'd just say, yeah, Turkey's a joker, and I spoke to him for the last 6 months. I knew this was coming. I'm in here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You've been hit with the okie doke, man. He knows that. Eddie Hearn knows that. It's off. Something's not right, man. It's a bit like, I don't know, let's say you have a business partner. Let's say you're selling Coca-Cola. Let's say you're the founder of Coca-Cola. Let's say Coca-Cola was founded by two dudes, yeah? And you're chugging along. Them two dudes represent Eddie Hearn and Turkey. It's not, obviously, it's not an exact one, but just keep with me here. Two founders, Turkey and Eddie Hearn of Coca-Cola, start up. And then a year in, one of the co-founders, Turkey, doesn't tell Eddie Hearn that actually he's now set up Pepsi. right? It's like, whoa, it's not how you do, really, it's not respectful business. Even if Eddie Hearn's not involved, respectful would be, hey, Eddie, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Turkey's got no respect for these men. Should he have? Probably not. That's what happens when you bootlick him, man. I'm not saying he necessarily respect if he was hard, because it can go both ways, but at least you have your dignity, right? At least you can sit there and say, man, I didn't lick no one's boots. So if it's my night, yeah? If it's my night to travel to the kingdom of pub game, yeah? If it's my night for Turkey to send me back to pub games, big bulbous dudes throwing metal at a board, then it's my time to travel. I held my own. I had respect for myself. Instead, just bootlicking. So he's messy. 1 minute he's saying, well, we're going to make a good business decision. Next minute he says, literally 10 seconds later he says, well, if Dana White and Turkey are involved, I'd love to hang off their coattails. Please drag me. Do you know what I mean? It's quite sad to see, because at one point, 10 years ago, Hearn was on. He was unstoppable, red hot. And I do like Hearn, but it's inevitable. Yeah, it's inevitable. Turkey's got this guy's number. When these man is sitting there talking about how you're finished and going to pub games, that's not just funny. It is funny, but it's not just funny. Yeah, these type of top man, yeah, Turkey will relish it as well. When he hears Eddie Hearn shutting down, he'll get off on that. That's just what they do. When you've got it all, yeah, you got all the yachts and all the houses and that. This is a pleasure of life. Breaking people, fact, just is. Unfortunately, it's the way it is. Once you've had all the panan, you put all the coca up your nose. What's left? Punking someone, getting them to lick your boot, and then punking them off. That's mad what they did to this guy. And if AB, you stretching with it. Woo, you stretching. If I'm stretching, then what's this one here? Why is Boxing Kingdom saying he's close to retiring? And it's crazy. He said Eddie Hearn has confirmed that he's close to retiring from boxing as well. That's mad. Specifically boxing. So he'll still hang around in the pub game circuit. Yeah. He'll still hang around with dudes hitting balls with some wood. He'll do that, no doubt. Yeah, and I think Eddie Hearn points out in this video, he says, well, yeah, boxing is a part of our business, but it's not the biggest part. So he's already coming to terms now. What's that word? What do you call it when you're convincing yourself? Yeah, I was going to retire anyway because it's only a small part of our portfolio. So, you know, when that was there, he had no intention of retiring ever. Stop playing, man. He planned on sitting around like Frank Warren or Bob Arum. That's what he planned on doing. 3-4 years ago, who here thinks he'd be telling Boxing Kingdom, I'm going to retire from boxing? He knows it's over. The writing's on the wall. You can't compete financially. He talks about how DAZN's a backer. The thing about the DAZN man are, how long's Eddie Hearn's DAZN contract? Let's have a quick look. Because these man, there's no loyalty in this game, right? So once Eddie Hearn's DAZN contract goes kaput, I think it was quite a long deal though. I think it was like 10 years. 5-year deal in 2021. Oops. Yeah, so that DAZN deal is fixing to expire next year. At which point, knowing how petty Turkey is, he might just, you know what I mean? He might, all these shows he's talking about, the Riyadh season and whatnot, if they don't go away, which I think is possible, it's possible Turkey just puts all his money and all his focus on the TKO, which why wouldn't you? What's the point of having all these ventures that are taken away from your TKO, which is a serious one? The TKO thing's a serious thing. Right now, the Riyadh season and the US cards and all the other bullshit Eddie Hearn mentions, they're not serious. They're not. From what I understand, Turkey's supposed to be investing that money. It's not supposed to be a pumping up British plumbers campaign, which is what it has been, right? Give AJ 100 million, 300 million. What's that doing anything for? Apparently it's tourism, but from what I understand, they've taken money from the Saudi Investment Trust. It's supposed to be investing it and returning a yield at some point. I'd have thought. Well, that's what the people are saying. That's what I've read on the internet. So why would you? There's no real returns to be had paying Tyson Fury 100 million to fight bums. It's just not. I don't know. You're never going to return on that. This TKO venture though, that's a serious thing. That in 10 years from now, I mean, how much is 10 billion going to make a difference to them? But still, at least you're positive, and you're not just puffing money. No matter how much oil they've got, no one likes just puffing money into the sky. It gets a bit long in the tooth after a while. Right. Just properly puffing money in the sky. It's not like they're pumping up their own athletes as such. You're literally just taking money from Saudi and putting it in British plumbers' pockets. Someone somewhere is, in the short term, the next few years, but there's going to be a longer term vision. I believe Turkey knows what he's doing. And I tend to believe he's going to transfer the Ring Magazine belt and the other, what's it called? The Ring Magazine belt and... yeah, the Ring Magazine belt to TKO and then bring the fighters over there. Some people have speculated, well, Dana White's looking to start grassroots and just make new guys from the bottom. You could do that. Be long. And number two, why would Turkey still be doing these Riyadh season cards? You've got the stock. You've got the fighters. Why wouldn't you build TKO? Bring them over there. Listen, if Turkey's going to waste 100 million on a show, he might as well waste 100 million on a TKO show that he's got ownership in, right? It don't make no other sense. Then again, the argument is, well, there's different structures here. The Riyadh season shows have a specific... Turkey's got Ring Magazine shows, which I believe the May 2nd card is. The Riyadh season thing, which is more of a government project, from what I understand. Ring Magazine's Turkey's personal project. Riyadh season is a government thing. And then TKO, I'm not sure what that is though. I'm not sure, is that just Turkey's cash? Oh, it's got Messi, who knows? Let's see. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like the bell. No doubt about this one, people. Stop it. Bye.